internet. Happy New Year. Happy 2024.
Yes.
Why? Just
Because
why?
Because time just it has to keep moving. Otherwise, we stay the same, and it. Yeah.
How was everybody's Christmas? Oh, wow. Okay. That good, eh?
Christmas itself was good. The days leading up to Christmas were, woo. We had people sick, visitors sick, family sick. There was
a lot of sick.
Yes, the bathroom and the bedroom needed to be decontaminated. Yeah, it was. But Christmas was actually great.
Yeah. And just to stick with the topic of illness, Erica, how was yours?
My Christmas was good. We weren't.
My Christmas was good. Yeah, I can talk. Yeah, I'm supposed.
Shut up. I actually, okay, so everyone out there, I actually feel so much better than I did yesterday. My body doesn't feel like a semi has hit it and then continually ran over it again and again and again. My Christmas was good. We were on vacation, and we were flying home Christmas Eve. Our flight was leaving Oregon at 1:00 in the afternoon, Christmas Eve. And our first layover, we had like 45 minutes. No, maybe it was an hour. It was an hour. But our plane left like 30 minutes late.
Oh.
Thankfully, the Vegas airport, which is where we had our layover, we were in one terminal. Had we had to switch terminals, we wouldn't have made it. There was no way we would have been having Christmas in the Vegas airport. But yeah, it was good. We got home after midnight and slept in, and I spent all of Christmas in my jammies, and it was like the loveliest day ever.
Good.
How about you, Dan?
Just thought I'd let the penis extension get out of the earshot. I was in Portugal Christmas, so it was. It did not at all feel like Christmas. It was t-shirt weather. It was bizarre, but yeah, nice enough. Didn't do a great deal, considering we were out there for 2 weeks. It was like, I could have done without it, frankly, because I've needed a week to recover from the holiday. But yeah, not too bad. Like I say, Shadow Dark arrived yesterday, which was a very early paid for because it was a Kickstarter Christmas present. I think I backed it. Was it June, something like that, ages ago, and it arrived yesterday. Like, oh yay! It comes with, oh my god, Erica, you'll appreciate this, the dinkiest little GM screen you've ever seen in your life. It is just
so cute.
It is so cute. I love it so much. And I've just ordered the Power Rangers RPG from my game shop because why wouldn't you? Erica, do you have the Power Rangers RPG?
No, I was never really into the Power Rangers. However, not last year anymore. In 2022, at our Comic-Con, my husband was really into the Power Rangers. And so at our con, Jason David Frank was there. And so we went to his panel, and he spoke so much about mental health. Wow. And like so much. And I was like, okay, I've got to go meet him. Like we need to go meet him. And so we went and got an autograph and a selfie with him. And I had him sign something for my office, for my clients. And it says, be you. Oh gosh, what did it say? Be you, be proud. We are together in this. And then later that year,
Poor guy.
broke my heart. So, but I felt so honored to be able to meet him before that happened. And just, whenever I can meet a celebrity that speaks out that much about mental health and like their own struggles and advocate for it, like that was just really cool. So all of that to say, I've become like I'm liking Power Rangers again, just because I had that one interaction with him.
Whereas I had my two favorite things about my childhood. I didn't enjoy my childhood, but easily my two favorite things were By the Power of Grayskull and It's Morphin Time.
Which are almost two separate generations.
Almost, but I was at that. I just about clipped both. It was, and oddly enough, I think we'll talk a bit more about that later on, just to keep you all in suspense. But before we do anything else, it's card time. I was hoping Jen. Oh yes, we should explain to the people who aren't watching this. It is just the three of us because Jen is ill and Ember is, I believe, working. She's got a client, so congratulations, Ember. Quick start to the business. And if you're looking for logos, marketing, or anything, go to Robots and Magic. Ember designed our logo, which I love so much. So yeah, go and speak to Ember Gray and get all your stuff sorted out. So, but I was hoping Jen would be here because Jen said that she got a new it was either tarot or oracle card set, and I was hoping that we could kick the year off with that, but she isn't here, so I'll have to do something else. I will use one that I haven't used before though, because this is a tarot deck from this puzzle game called Light in the Mist. And basically what it is you've got a tarot deck and each of the major arcana cards has a puzzle on it. And you solve the puzzles. Basically, your friend has gone missing, and you've got to use this tarot deck to help find them. And I haven't been able to. I wasn't using them beforehand because I didn't want to mess up the order of the cards, and But I've read the rules now, and so I don't have to worry about that. So they're not the most interesting in terms of the art of the tarot card, but the fact that they've all got puzzles on them, I mean, just picking one at random, let's see, they've got little things like that. I don't know what that means because I haven't looked at it yet, but I do like the tower card. I've had a realization over the past few days. I think the tower might be one of my favorite cards, even though it's supposed to represent destruction and change and all that. But I mean, just look at the drama on that card. But anyway, yeah, so that's
okay, this tarot deck might get my husband sold on tarot because he loves puzzles.
I've done the Fool, and I've started the Tower, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. So anyway, so first card of 2024 is the Moon. You haven't had that.
Okay, can you make you big?
I can't. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Make me big. But also change it so that it autofocus. So yeah, so I don't know what the puzzle is for this one, but obviously it's going to have something to do with the phases of the moon and probably these two statues either side. Symbology. I no idea what it means, but sugar. But I will get round to doing that one now. So the Moon, which is a major arcana card. So Where's the book? Where is the book? I can't find the book. Guys, where's my book? Ah, it's all going down the toilet. What's going wrong?
Everything.
Everything, yeah. The moon. So this book gives a very, very brief description, so I'll probably read something a bit longer. But the moon. Something is not as it appears to be. It could be a misunderstanding, a deception, or a truth you cannot admit to yourself. You'll need to look past the surface to distinguish between perception and reality. Okay. A bit longer. The moon represents your fears and illusions and often comes out when you're projecting fear into your present and your future based on your past experiences. Psychodynamic much? You may have a painful memory that caused emotional distress, and rather than dealing with the emotions, you push them down deep into your subconscious. Now these emotions are making a reappearance, and you may find yourself under their influence on a conscious or subconscious level. For example, if you had a car accident when you were young but didn't deal with the emotions, you may get sad or anxious every time you get into the backseat of a car. To remedy this, connect with your subconscious mind and release any fears or anxieties holding you back. I should still be holding the card up, shouldn't I, really? The moon can indicate a time of uncertainty and illusion when nothing is what it seems. Be careful of making fast decisions when the moon appears, because you may later realize you only had half the information you needed. You need to listen to and trust your intuition so you can see beyond what is in front of you. Feel into situations rather than thinking what they mean. Let go of your conscious mental blocks or negative self-talk and allow your intuition to guide you.
And none of us have negative self-talk.
What are you talking about? Of course I don't. How can we interpret that in terms of our writing journey, our IWF journey? Fears and delusions about projecting fear onto the present and the future, which is the wrong use of the word projecting, because I would use transference in this particular scenario. But I suppose my concern about all this is it going to pay off? Is it going to come out and achieve whatever we want to achieve with it? Because, for example, we've been doing it for a couple of months now. We're currently sitting on 0 viewers today, for example. That would be my interpretation, I suppose, of that.
So that's something you need to let go of, is what you're saying?
Well, yeah, as in, who cares how many viewers we get?
Is that the point?
Yeah.
Do we do this for the viewers, or do we do this for another reason?
Yeah. Go on, Erica.
Yeah. Oh, I like this for I think the viewers are cool, and when we can chat with them and connect with them, but I like just the camaraderie and the connection with all of you. And even when we're not streaming, it's really cool. For me, this moon is almost being realistic with myself. So last year, I had an unrealistic expectation of myself that I wanted to have all of the novels drafted by the end of the year, so that starting the beginning of 2024, I could start editing and be ready to publish the first one by the end of the year.
Sorry.
No, very unrealistic expectation. And so having more realistic expectations and not having that looming over me, because I think when I didn't have my first goal from January met that I had set for myself, I didn't do anything. I maybe wrote 5 times before November in the whole year. So making sure that I have realistic expectations and knowing it's not if I don't meet the goal that I set for myself, it's not I failed. It's let's reassess and set a different goal for next month.
Okay.
I think that's an important note. It's not you're giving up, it's you're fine-tuning.
Yes. But that's just part of how like I'm very much a completionist. And so if I can't complete it,
Why bother starting?
yes. And so that's kind of like my word for this year is intention. And I want to be intentional in the things that I'm doing and the goals that I'm setting and not letting those hard stop barriers like be there, because I can go around them. I can shift them.
Mm-hmm.
They're made up barriers.
Specifically to help you grow. But they can turn into things that hold you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side note, so I just, whilst you were talking there, Erica, so the way this puzzle works is at the very top of the major arcana cards, why is that not zooming in? They have a symbol, and you go through the tarot deck, and any other cards from the minor arcana that have that symbol, you need that card to help figure out what the puzzle to this card is. So I've just been, and it's cool because up here you've got little fruit vines, and the number of fruits there tells you how many cards you've got. So I've just been out and got the bunch of cards that you need for that puzzle. So I'll have a go at this one later on, just see how it goes. So yes, if your husband likes puzzles, and you get cool tarot cards out of it. What about you, Gary? Any interpretation of projecting fear onto the future?
My life. I wouldn't be me if I didn't project fear onto my future.
Writing wise?
Again.
I'm asking in specifics here rather than just.
I mean, I can look back at a whole bunch of projects that just kind of have languished because I was afraid to do what needed to be done.
Or because, you had a baby.
Oh, I'm talking before baby.
Well, yeah, but yeah, again, you had shit to do back then as well. So.
We always have stuff to do.
The man has a point.
That can be a crutch or an excuse, or. But I think it's important to recognize the areas that you are actively pushing against and understand why.
So I think this is actually quite a good card for us to have drawn on day one of the new year, because it's quite contemplative, isn't it? It's making us think, well, how do I tackle this new year without the things that were hanging me up last year? And moving on with that theme, what are people's plans, hopes, desires for 2024, specifically in terms of writing and this group here? Does anybody have any, or is it just a case of keep on keeping on?
My goal starting off, and I feel like it is a realistic one, an achievable one for me is to write 10,000 words a month. I'm not going to set myself a goal of, I need to, last year I had set myself a goal of, I need to finish writing 2 sessions a week, like each week. And 2 of my D&D sessions, I was like, that.
Oh, right. I see. Sorry. I wondered what you meant when you said,
yeah.
Okay.
So that just very quickly got out of, like, it just wasn't possible. And, I'm not setting a goal of, I need to finish book 3. I want to write 10,000 words a month. And having, the notes that I have and the pace at which I write, I believe that is very achievable. And after January, if I find out that's not, I will tweak it if it needs to be tweaked.
Okay. Gary?
I've got 3 half-finished projects that I want to finish this year. So I've got The Coast. I've got the Temple. And I've got the Bureaucratic Pirates.
I forgot about them. Yes. There is an anthology coming out fairly soon, which is looking for submissions of pirate stories.
Oh, is it?
I don't have it on me. The link is on my laptop. I will ping it to you.
Okay. Because that's where I think might be the simplest to finish out of the 3 of them. So for Erica and Internet, it's supposed to be a humorous story of bureaucratic pirates.
It is very good.
It's a concept I came up with probably 10 years ago. Wrote the words bureaucratic pirates on the back of a sticky note.
On the back of a sticky note, not on the front of a sticky
Right.
note.
That is fantastic.
It is. It's awesome. It really is cool.
So I would like to finish that
Okay.
sooner than later, but definitely this year. And I would like to write at least one other story start to finish this year. So finish 3 and write 1 other.
Do you have anything in mind what that one would be, or is that just kind of a vague, we'll handle that in a little while?
I've got material, sticky notes, and to review and decide on what ideas I like better. So, but the 3 stories I think are completely doable. The 4th one is kind of a stretch goal.
Fair play. For me, so I started writing. So back in Nano, I started writing a little vignette that is basically just all about the fight scene. I want to get that written just because it's been so long since I've killed something. So I'm gonna go and do that. I'm also and I've got no idea why. I've got no idea where this came from. But whilst I was in Portugal, I decided you okay?
I'm good. I just needed to have a big cough, so I muted myself.
Whilst we're in Portugal, I decided I want to write something that involves basically a magical girl transformation. Because I don't know, I don't know how, but I haven't figured out how to do it. Because as I said a little while ago, the 2 best things in my childhood were By the Power of Grayskull and It's Morphin Time, and I don't know why, but I want to write that. but how because obviously a huge part of those things is it's a visual medium, but it's you've got the music. The music is what makes it, and I don't know. I haven't put much thought to it yet, but I'm trying to think of ways that could be achieved. So there's that. I'd also like to have a go at writing, bear with me here, a choose your own adventure book.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That would be awesome.
But that's, we'll worry about that later.
We can help you with different ways that the character can fail.
Oh yeah, I mean that's going to be half the fun. You're dead. But yeah, so sorry.
Sucker.
Yeah, exactly. You chose the wrong door.
Oof.
And obviously we'll ask Ember and Jen the same question when they're here. But what about this? What do we want to achieve here? Do we have any plans or things we'd like to do? Pardon me, that we haven't done yet. Is this, or do we just want to carry on business as usual?
I just want to make it as much as I can because I enjoy it.
Yeah, and we love having you, honestly. So thank you for making time. And I suppose actually we ought to, for anybody who decides to turn up later on, the plan, I believe, is to do 3 streams a week. One on Tuesday, which Eric can't make because of work. One on Friday, which, depending on the week, might be difficult for me to make. Because I'll be recording videos for my channel. And one on Sundays. One of which is going to be dedicated to mostly conversation, discussion, kind of maybe kind of a podcast format where we take a topic and just roll with it, and the other 2 kind of like what we were doing last year, where we have a chat and then do a writing sprint and then have another chat. Am I right in thinking that, or did I make all of that up?
I believe
Yes.
those are the days.
Cool. Yeah, one other thing I suppose we ought to kind of point out is we're going to try and be a bit more flexible in terms of cast. I'm going to really try not to be here all the time. I'm going to let you guys, do your own stuff. But yeah, like I say, so next Friday, I mean, I might be finished by 9 my time, but I'm meeting people who I'm going to be playing Avatar Legends with. There's an Avatar The Last Airbender role-playing game. I cannot tell you how happy that makes me.
Which means it's definitely something you should do.
Oh yeah, and the plan is to stream that, or at least record it and then put it up on my channel. So I've got a couple of friends I'm doing that one with, but I'm hopefully going to get a rotating cast of therapists. So somebody needs to come along and play. I don't know.
Well, and Fridays are easy for me because I don't work.
Apart from the fact that, that would mean that 2 of us aren't here. But yes, we can handle that. I just picked a spot on my skull and now I'm bleeding. Great.
Oh dear. You're a mess.
But yes, I mean, we need to have a chat actually, so I can interview you for my channel as well. My chat, I need to step back on things. I think this year I wrote a list a couple of days ago about how much I achieved in 2023. Cool, great. What do I want to achieve in 2024? Less. Less.
I liked that post.
Yes, I did too.
I thought that was a very good
Insight.
Yeah. Yes.
So Yes, so I might be tempted to take a step back from my newsletter writing because it's only got 80 subscribers and it's about a week's worth of writing. So, and when I'm writing scripts every week as well, ugh.
It's a lot.
Okay, so those are our goals personally and as a group. We're basically just doing what we've always done. Is there anything we'd like to achieve as a group?
Sorry, my dad is here.
Oh,
He was like, I just saw him pull up.
Oh, okay. I've got to go now, guys. You won't let me hang around with you anymore.
No, he so several years ago, probably was it 2019? I think it was 2018, 2019. He had open heart surgery to repair he had a tricuspid aortic valve, and it's supposed to be bicuspid. Long story short, he almost died because when they put his port in, they perfed one of his veins and he was slow leaking blood into his chest cavity for 24 hours.
Helpful.
Super, super scary. But about a year after his surgery, he said he had never felt better in his life. And he's like one of the healthiest people I know. And so he he's going to stay here for the weekend because he is taking classes to become a yoga instructor. Because he does yoga every day and walks on the treadmill every day. And I'm like,
sounds exhausting.
Yes, sounds exhausting to me too, but yeah. So
one thing we were considering doing, and it's difficult only having this conversation when nearly 50% of us are missing. But we were considering potentially at some point in the future, because tarot readings are a big part of our gimmick now, maybe even creating our own tarot deck, which would be cool.
I think that would be awesome.
Does anybody have any thoughts on that, or on how we would go about it, or is it just kind of something we'll keep at the back of our minds just to do when the mood takes us?
I have no drawing artistic ability. I have a very creative mind, but I have no pen and drawing art. I don't have that ability, that gift. So if an idea comes to me, I will for sure share it of how that could happen. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
I think I'm going to have to go. I'm sorry. I didn't know how soon he was going to be here.
Will you be here on Sunday?
Whether it's going to be weather pending. We're supposed to have this is D&D weekend,
right.
But they canceled school today because of snow, and we're supposed to get more. So, sorry.
Joy of joys, my God. Well, I hope you feel better.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. And we will see you next Friday.
Yes, for sure next Friday.
Yeah.
Well, possibly Tuesday, because we're supposed to get another huge dump of snow.
We'll see you when we see you. Maybe Sunday, maybe Tuesday, maybe Friday.
I'll let you know for sure, though.
I hope you feel better, lovely.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, I have the opposite problem of her. I have artistic ability, but I have zero knowledge of tarot.
Well, don't worry, me too. That's why I have all of the books, and I keep Biddy Tarot constantly open on one of my tabs.
Like everyone is like, oh, ooh, the 5 of shenanigans. I know exactly.
That needs to be a suit in the 5 of the shenanigan suit. Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like that. I forget what each card means. I just look at the pictures and it's like, oh my god, oh Jesus, he's just been stabbed in the back. That looks bad.
That looks bad. That looks painful.
Yeah.
Maybe we should avoid this one.
Yeah. No, it'd be. It's just having little creative plans in the back of your mind, isn't it? Just to keep us going.
Yeah. So you didn't mention any goals for writing other than killing something.
Oh yeah, no, I think those basically are my goals. So yeah, I want to get this little vignette finished, just so I'll have finished something, because I haven't done a piece of fiction for a long time, and I just want to get. I want to be able to say, okay, look, I've finished something.
Right.
I
haven't seen something from you in a while.
Well,
for you, I know, but for you, it's weird because you're the one that has the constant output.
Yeah, and I think that, like I say, that post that I got up about, I hadn't I mean, I knew I was too busy. I hadn't realized how too busy.
Yeah, no, I was reading that. I was like, yeah, somebody deserves a vacation.
Yeah, the problem is if you take a vacation, the money dries up when you work for yourself.
Yeah, that is an issue.
Yeah, it's tax season as well, which is never fun. But hey, what can you do?
You don't pay any taxes, right?
Sorry?
You don't make any money, you don't have to pay any taxes.
That is one way of not having to pay taxes, I suppose.
I mean, that's how it works, right?
Yeah, that is. Yeah. It also, I believe it's something. It's kind of a leading cause of poverty.
What?
Yeah, funny that. But yeah, so I want to get that finished. I want to this whole magical transformation. I want to write it just to see how it would work.
Uh-huh.
And me being me, I suspect it could well turn into an ongoing, sporadic series with the same characters.
Okay. Bellic and Kyros.
Yeah, Bellic and Kyros, Furies, Afuar and Kavita, just freedom slaves. Just, I have form.
Yeah, your fiction does lend itself towards serialization.
Yeah, well, it's practically Western, isn't it? A Western story. Some stranger rocks up in a town, fixes the problem, and then disappears into the mist.
Yeah.
Which is sword and sorcery all over. I just remember a time when I know you remember it as well, when I was just, no, I'm not doing magic. No, I don't want magic. I want it to be realistic.
We did have a long debate about...
With several.
Yeah, I remember those discussions. I'm like, okay.
It was weird being young.
Whereas I have less magic performed by the main characters and more just otherworldly stuff.
Stuff just happens, doesn't it? Rather than, yeah. But again, that's classic horror. You know, you just the whole point is to have somebody who is helpless and completely out of their depth. Sorry?
I had a small child say, "Where's mom?"
Yeah. Hello, sweetheart. Happy New Year.
That's an excellent question. Go ask your mother. Oh. Oh, wait. That's the problem, isn't it? But yeah, no, the magic in my writing is much more just the way the world works,
yes.
and less something you can learn. You can hear that, huh?
Mama, where are you, Mama? Should you not potentially go and see where your wife is?
I heard her in the other room.
Oh, also she's hiding as well, is she?
Pretty sure she's not unavailable. Just the child is not traveling. Now she's mad at me.
Stop talking about. We're not talking to you. We're talking about you.
That's what she said. Stop talking about me. Sorry. Or...
Talking about me. Rah, rah, rah.
Stop talking about me.
I don't want to. I like talking about you because you're cute. The little brother doesn't stand a chance.
No.
But no, you're absolutely right. Yours is the magic in your stories is something that happens to the characters rather than something that the characters influence.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I don't think that was a conscious decision. I just think it's something that naturally grew out of the way I tell stories.
And this, viewers, is why kids need to be locked outside.
It's -5 degrees Celsius out there.
Perfect. An even better time. Yeah, well, again, you're back in the day, your fiction was very bright and hopeful. And then as the years went by, the dark you came out. And you realize that actually that's the part that you enjoy writing.
Yeah, it's weird. The younger writer me wanted to be a Tolkien.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I still love world building. Now, I don't do grimdark style.
No, that's more my cup of tea.
Yeah. That's humans are
Irredeemable.
And I'm more along the lines of there's some weird stuff out there. You may or may not survive.
Yes. And usually not.
And has nothing to do with your specific morality or
Yeah, you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sucks to be you.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, and I suppose that's kind of the difference between our approaches, because usually when my characters are in trouble, it does tend to be their own fault.
Yeah. They tend to
They go looking for trouble.
walk right into it.
Mhm.
And
So I mean,
yeah.
no. So the thing that I'm writing at the minute, again, it was very specifically just a writing exercise, but the plot, so much as it is this person who is great at fighting walks into a village because she knows that the village is full of bad guys. Everybody's warned her to not go there, but she's gone there specifically to take on the bad guys.
Well, as you do.
As you do, quite. Whereas if you were writing this story, they would just turn up at the village because they were traveling and then be presented with the bad guys.
Yeah. The bad guys would be like, "Oh, we're so glad you decided to visit.
Hi.
How do you taste with ketchup?"
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean you don't want to be eaten? Then why did you come?
Yeah. Well, sorry, but
When did you realize that was your jam?
I don't think I actually came to the realization until you pointed it out.
Right. Okay.
I was just writing stories that were fun.
Yes.
Um,
I think it was the cave. Was it the cave that we
Cave.
kind of realized? No, this is very much a Gary story.
yeah, because it wasn't the cave wasn't the first indication, but it was the hey, wait a minute
Yeah.
moment.
I've noticed the correlation that there's a pattern forming here, and it's
the people are not going to be safe in your stories, are they?
yeah, and also it's not just that they're not going to be safe; they're completely innocent. They are just normal people going about their day-to-day lives, and
They do not deserve to be there.
they do not and they certainly don't deserve what happens.
No. I don't know what that says about me. Psychologically.
Repressed urges.
What my damage is
Just want to punish people who are nice. Come on, you'll get what's coming to you.
because I'm one of those that firmly believes that most people are good, and that everyone should be nice to each other. And
it would be helpful.
I'm not a pessimist.
Really?
I know, crazy, but my stories, there's usually a glimmer of hope in them.
Well, it's the hope that keeps your characters going. The ones who survive because they don't give up.
Right. Yes. In spite of everything.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that I'm trying to tap into without knowing it.
But also, I think the magic word you used a little while ago was the key one. It's fun. It's hilarious. Just present. It's like with when you're playing an RPG, and as you're a GM, you just put a terrifying thing in front of you players just to see their reaction.
See what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what if I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that as a very big part of my style.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you write for enjoyment,
Right.
and what you enjoy is the
Be very-
fun. Is the fun of the mayhem.
Right. The mayhem is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The mayhem happens to be several degrees darker than most people expect.
Yeah, I mean, having known you as long as I have, I would, even now, if I knew nothing about your writing, I would go, well, he obviously writes fairy tales and shiny, happy people, and sunshine and rainbows. It's incongruous.
Yeah. I don't know. But I'm having fun with it, so gonna keep going.
Yeah, what else matters?
And you have fun lopping off arms and heads and
Oddly enough, that was what the last sentence I wrote was. He was so good with his sword, he almost had it drawn before he had his hand chopped off.
Oops. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Do you think are you gonna ever publish an anthology of like Bellic and Kiros or the Furies?
Probably.
How many of them do you have by this point?
Ooh, not enough.
Not enough.
Just check. Let me just find it.
I think you could be a writer for a television show.
God help us all.
Furies would translate very well
Mm-hmm.
into a serial television show. Whereas I think I could be a very good writer for every now and then, like a Star Trek episode. Not like the continuity arcs, but like the, oh my goodness, we've got this.
The monster of the week kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but essentially that's what my things are. Mine are all monster of the week, except I've got several of them that involve the same characters.
But you've got a continuity of character, a continuity of how they're progressing.
Mm.
It's not just a story set with the same characters.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Actually, one thing, whilst I was in Portugal, I had a few aha moments about Bellic and Kiros, and I'm thinking, okay, do I make those changes, or do I, or do I kind of, because I only had a very vague outline of where they were going, and I like it, but at the same time, it was kind of shoehorned in from another set of stories that I never got around to writing, and I suspect I never will, because they were created initially when I was back in our old forum days, so they're rubbish. Back when I was a kid. Yeah. But yeah, I'd like to write more of those, has to be said. I do like those two characters.
And I think everyone who reads them likes them.
Yeah, well, they're just like, for all Bellic's grumpiness and Kiros's enthusiasms, they're just lovable rogues at the end of the day, aren't they? So
yeah, and I think they're, from a certain point of view, they're very relatable.
yeah,
I think everyone feels like either one of them at
a given moment. Yeah. But that goes back to what we were saying earlier about how my characters tend to put themselves in trouble, whereas yours are just minding their own business and trouble finds them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I would say one thing I would also like to do, I would like to write a Gundam story. So Gundam is an anime about giant fighting robots.
Yeah. That's an interesting concept. I hadn't pictured you as a Gundam writer, but hey.
No, me neither. But at the same time, cool. Giant fighting robots. Come on.
You were just talking about your love of Power Rangers.
Yeah, so right. Morphin time.
So, I mean, that sounds like it would be very much doable.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, big giant robots, as technologically different as they are from a person in a suit of armor, at the end of the day, it's just a person in a suit of armor.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just that the suit of armor is slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It stopped.
But that means that you've already got the skills for that, so you might as well just do it.
Say that again. Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry. Took a minute for that one to clock in the brain. Yeah, I think for me, I've got to kind of. I don't know if it's a choice. It's not. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
No.
But at the same time, if it's both, it's going to be a lot of work, and I don't know if I have the strength. But basically, I'm at a path where if I want to kind of make any semblance of profit out of my writing, non-fiction is the way for me to go at the minute. I've got a platform. I've got previous publications. I've got expertise. People want, for some unknown reason, people are interested in my opinion on things. If I want to kind of follow writing as a profession, at least for now, non-fiction would be the sensible way to go. But
you have a drive.
Yeah, the fiction is the thing that appeals. And
well, I mean, I know there's bound to be a version 2 to practical applications for gaming and psychotherapy.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
And I'm sure there's a sequel or two or handbooks that can be developed alongside. But I feel like you've done the hardest one already.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But
it's not so much the hardness or lack thereof, it's just the time. And one space can't be occupied by two objects at the same time.
Clearly you don't watch enough Star Trek.
Well, touche, sir, touche.
I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. Is there a will?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Well, the will would be there if it wasn't so tired.
The will needs a nap.
Yes, exactly. As Zaf Brannigan once said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about I was talking with a coworker of mine about writing this week. Yeah, this week. And they talked about how they like the idea of writing, but they would rather spend their time doing other things.
Is that right?
Whereas,
that's a common feeling that people want to have written.
yeah,
They don't want to actually do the writing.
do the work.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think I cannot get the stories out and feel good about myself.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I have not gotten some of the stories out, and I feel terrible about it. But I actually enjoy the writing process when I allow myself not to be distracted.
And that's, I think, one of the conversations we're going to have on, on a Sunday, probably not this week, but is why do we procrastinate from something that we love as much as we do?
Right.
How do, and what are our methods for getting past it? It's the old, I'd procrastinate today, but it would be easier tomorrow.
Well, and I've gone through peaks and valleys where I would write every single day at a given time, and it's worked marvelously for months. And then I've gone through periods where I have not written a word for 9 months.
Longer.
And feel guilty
Mhm.
and feel like I'm wasting time. I'm not going to get the stories out that I have.
Yeah.
But at the same time, acknowledging sometimes that I've got a 7-month-old child, or I've got a sometimes I don't have an excuse. Sometimes it's just shiny object.
Ooh, dice.
But yeah, sometimes it's legitimately I walked into a room and a monster ate me.
Yeah. But and then I suppose the question there is, well, why the guilt? Why do we have this guilt in us that says you haven't written today, so you should feel bad about that? Because at the end of the day, what does the world care? Why? Nobody cares if we haven't written. If we haven't been writing because we were doing something else we enjoyed, how is that a bad thing? And yet something in us says you haven't been doing the thing, you should feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
For not doing the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. My problem is I want to do all the things.
Yes.
I want to be the artist. I want to be the graphic designer. I want to be the writer. I want to be the actor. I want to be the singer. I want to be
The guitarist.
Yeah. I do not lack for hobbies.
No. But it's weird that when Erica's here, when we've got the full complement of therapists, we ought to ponder the guilt quotient.
Guilt is such a strong motivator and demotivator.
Mm-hmm.
It can be used for good and ill.
Well, you said something years ago, it might actually be decades now, that always stuck with me about how other people's success can be a great motivator. When I don't mean success as in fame and fortune, as in the fact that they finished a story can be a huge motivator, because it just kind of like that it kicks that thing into saying, oh shit, I need to catch up with them, kind of thing.
It's true. I mean, I've seen your publishing, and I'll bet if we look back at my writing spurts, they probably came soon after you said you got something in a magazine. I
That's interesting.
don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me.
No, now that you've said it, it wouldn't surprise me either.
It'll be interesting to analyze that one.
Do you keep track of your word counts and
No, I mean, I did at one point. You remember back in the day, we all did,
oh yeah, we've all got bullet journals.
and
I still use mine.
did about 6 months.
Okay.
Maybe about that far. I loved the concept, but I got stressed out when I wasn't perfect.
And this brings us back to the why the guilt for
Yeah.
not achieving something that nobody has insisted that we achieve. Whereas I recorded my daily word count for 9 years. And indeed 2023 was the first year that I didn't do that.
Wow.
Because
You had so much going on.
yeah.
I recorded baby words.
Oh, you're so cute.
I recorded. Oh, it was my yearly goal was to finish the cave story.
Achieved.
Achieved that one. Learn to play La Llorona on the guitar. I've done that. Write more than once a month. Because that was the habit I was in. I would procrastinate, and then right before our meeting, I would write.
Flash something out, yes.
Because we had the monthly meeting.
Yes, I do remember that.
And that was a big motivator to write once a month. So my goal was do it more than that.
Mm.
Oh, here's my word count page. Do you notice anything about the word count page?
I noticed nothing at all about the word count page. It looks very, very organized and what somebody would do with a completely filled in word count page.
Absolutely beautifully designed. I should manufacture that and sell it to people.
Did it not get filled in because you didn't do any writing, or did it not get filled in because you couldn't be bothered filling it in?
You know what? Well, looking at the daily goals in May, there is right here. It's backwards for you, I think.
No,
Right.
that's fine.
So plan stories and write stories. Those two
Blank.
are blank for the whole month.
Mhm.
IWF website had 5 entries. Read fiction had a whole bunch of entries. Eat breakfast had less entries than read fiction. Draw, I drew 5 times in May of 2019. And my calendar all nice and pretty. Oh, here we go. This month I actually spent 2 days planning.
Cool.
This one I spent 1 day writing. So I keep thinking I want to restart this, but with the understanding that I'm allowed to not be perfect.
You see, I use mine pretty much daily. I can't show it to you because it's got confidential information in it, but it's my daily. It's my calendar. I use it for okay, I'm doing this tomorrow, I'm doing it. It's literally nothing but squares that would be absolute gibberish to anybody else who looks at it. But to me, that's my entire month on a piece of paper.
I've got two pages here. Anthology drawing ideas.
Huh.
I've got the cave, the marsh, the castle. I think that's what I was calling Jen's story.
Oh yeah.
And then the coast.
I really want to see the end of the coast story. I know you're struggling with it slightly, but I think I'm the only person who you've told about it as a concept, and I love it. I mean, we both know that I love your stories anyway, but it's one of those. Come on, I need to see it. Come on, please, please don't make me wait. I can't do it now.
I mean, I really want to finish that one. I feel like I stuck it on the back burner to deal with shiny stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because the main conflict in that one is so complicated, I want to do it right. And
there are lots of crossed threads on that one. And there's a bit more, yeah.
I want to get it right. It's that perfection thing again. Gets in my way a lot.
Whereas again, when did we ever have to get it right first time?
I mean, that's how I operate.
I know it is, and that's what I've spent the past 20 years banging my head against, trying to get you to stop.
I know. I cannot.
You're not working with me, damn it.
I cannot fathom writing crap and then polishing it until it's good.
Yeah.
I can't fathom the concept, so I beat my head against it until I've got a narrative that flows exactly how I want it.
Mm.
Which is why when I go back and do like the edits for the cave, I'm like, this is genius. Who wrote it? There are things that I obviously need tweak, change, add here and there, but like the arc of the story is exactly the arc I wanted it to be.
Yeah. Well, and that's just different people are going to have their own editing process, their own writing process, and for you, the editing process is more it's less structure, it's more the detail. In terms of language, style.
How to say this,
yeah.
Word choice.
Whereas my style of editing is get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that.
Yeah, because we've got a comment.
We have a raw. Hello, Witch. Welcome. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's just the two blokes today. Ember's working, Erica is hosting, and Jen is coughing her life out from the sounds of it. So it's just the blokes today, and I think on Saturday Gary's away. Sunday, sorry, Gary's away. So and then I think next Tuesday Erica's away. Next Friday I'll probably be away. We're going to be without a full cohort for a while. Yeah. Where's the ball? Keep your eye on the corner.
Yeah. I'm not going to be probably available for 2 weeks.
It's just not good enough, frankly.
I'm going to be Yeah, I'm gonna be
Busy.
otherwise engaged
Yeah.
for the next 2 weeks. Unfortunately.
Yeah, well, and I think because during Nano, obviously, which is what kicked off this whole endeavor, it was okay to commit because it was a short-term thing. Whereas now, if we're going to incorporate this into our lives, we have to live our lives and let this handle itself. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we're not doing our lives, then we're eventually not going to show up here either.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah. And obviously, we want you here, but priorities, mate, priorities.
Yeah, yeah. So Sunday, it's just gonna be you and Erica.
Maybe. Well, Erica might not be able to make it because she might be doing D&D.
Yeah.
Jen, we don't know whether or not Jen's going to be alive on Sunday.
So
Amber, hopefully, but Amber's ill as well.
are we planning to do a sprint?
On Sunday.
Yeah. Or
Uh,
talk more about goals with the rest of the group.
probably being as it's everybody would just have a chat and see what we do. We might, but I think because 50% of us hasn't been here, wasn't here today, we'll probably just be more goal setting and planning for what does IWF going to look like this year.
What is the 2024 outlook for International Writers Fellowship? I think
Glory and riches. That's what it is. Glory and riches. Okay, maybe not.
I wouldn't say no. Be honest, I don't know how we're going to get from point A to point B, but
Yeah, it'll practically do itself.
there you go. Do you want to call a night?
I was about to say exactly the same thing. Shall we call it a day? You've got a little miss who needs to be found, and I've got medication to take and sleep to be had. We're going to see Shen Yun tomorrow, which is traditional Chinese performance. It's got dancing and acrobatics and stuff like that. It is absolutely mind-blowing the things that these people can get their bodies to do. It's unnatural how amazing they are. But just look at some pictures. Shen, Shen, Yun, Yun, just otherworldly. So we're going to go and see that tomorrow. So I need to go and get an early-ish night for me, so I've got some strength. And then I'm meeting a writer friend of mine afterwards, Jay Required. He's an awesome author. Then Sunday, meeting a chap who wants to collaborate with me on a video for YouTube. Then we're doing this. It's and all of a sudden 2024 is back. It's as if the work never left.
At least you had Portugal.
Yeah.
I was jealous. I would have loved to be there and like sketch some of the buildings and
beautiful stuff. I'll show you some pictures after we're offline. But speaking of which, yeah, let's call it a day there. So thank you everybody who joined us for joining us. Apologies if we were a bit talky, but yeah, we haven't seen each other in a while. We want to. We will be back here. Well, Gary won't be, but the rest of us hopefully will be back here on Sunday, same time, 9 p.m. British, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So if you're around at the time, by all means, join us. You can go to my channel on YouTube, The RPG Therapist, where I talk about RPGs, therapy, and RPG therapy. And Gary has Loud G Productions, where you can go and see George the Dragon and buy some cool merch about a dragon who eats nachos. What's not to love? So thank you for joining us, and we'll speak to you in a few days. See you later.
But